destroyed by a darkspawn lord. They say he's the one who killed them.
The faithful move to follow your divine will. It shall be as you say.
Lady Velena should be here. We need to be together when the Maker comes.
I found a woman's body down the hill with a letter on it.
This letter... Velena is dead. But what am I supposed to do now?
The Inquisition needs men who believe as strongly as you do. Come and help us restore order.
Yes. If waiting here in the hills leaves innocents to die, then I will bring the Maker's word by the sword. My men and I will lend our strength to the Inquisition. Thank you.
Whittle. He could hand these out.
Damn it, Ritz, where are you?
I found Ritz and rescued her from an attack by the Templars. She's fine.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time. It's dangerous out here for everyone. I'm glad the Inquisition is trying to put things right.
True enough.
No, they don't.
It's just what I heard.
Are you all right, sir?
Long days. Very well. We'll make good use.
Mages, Templars,
Thank you.
bandits, demons. Making it hard for a man to hunt for his supper.
Here. Maybe this will help.
It more than helps. With this, I can fill these hungry bellies. Give these folks some hope. I didn't think much of the Inquisition. But no one else is helping like you lot. Maybe I was wrong.
Someone emptied a whole bag of turnips into the fire. Ah, Mecca, the smell is everywhere. I was going to use them for dinner and then... I can't recall who took them.
Inquisitor?
The Arcanist has arrived?
You should see for yourself.
Hello there. Well, don't just stand there slack-jawed. Let's figure out what you need.
destroy the magical...
I'm Dad. Is that... Breach was pretty too. Destroy everything.
You're not quite what...
The only one? I've looked at Harrod's devices. Notice I've made adjustments. As long as I keep making them, you can craft just about anything. Almost safely.
Dagna.
Do you want fun? Here's how. Accepted. They'll all... Impressive, is it not? Fit for a leader, meant to show influence and the burden of it. It is where the Inquisition will sit in judgment, where you will sit in judgment.
Do I really need to oversee even more death? I'm nearly at capacity.
I share your distaste for more bloodshed, but it needn't come to that. The Inquisition's sovereignty is derived from the allies who validate. Justice has many tools. If their application is clever, execution may even seem merciful by comparison.
Is there anyone I should...
Take the throne when you're ready. You recall Gerion Alexius of Tevinter. Ferelden has given him to us as an acknowledgement of your aid. The formal charges are apostasy, attempted enslavement, and attempted assassination, on your own knife, no less. Tevinter has disowned and stripped him of his rank. You may judge the former Magister as you see fit.
Remind me, what's the precedent for nearly ripping apart time at the seams?
I couldn't save my son. Do you think my fate matters to me?
Will you offer nothing more in your defense?
You've won nothing. The people you saved, the acclaim you've gathered. You'll lose it all in the storm to come. Render your judgment, Inquisitor.
You swore to the mages you'd help them. I will have you uphold that promise. Fiona will take charge of you. Any knowledge, favor, or coin you own will go towards the mage's future.
A headsman would have been kinder.
Corypheus is back. Oh, shit.
Honestly, I'd rather fight an ancient darkspawn with a pet archdemon than deal with that hole in the sky. At least you can kill darkspawn.
We didn't just think Corypheus was dead. He was dead. No pulse, no breath, full of stab wounds. There wasn't a lot of room for doubt. It makes me wonder. I thought the Wardens imprisoned Corypheus to use him. Maybe they did it because he can't be killed.
Let's hope Corypheus just turns out to be really good at playing dead.
That makes two of us. Maker's breath, what have I let loose?
Brutally murdered is not really the same as unleashed upon the world, Varric.
In this case, it might be. But you've got more important things to do than listen to me work.
Honored, Inquisitor. Gotzi Sturhald. Did my part. Don't know its worth to the fight, exactly, but it's good workmanship.
Do you have insight?
Tell you what. Who better, right? A good dwarven perspective. Best of the...
What can I do for you?
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
I ran into Fiona. Seems you have Alexius serving the mages. There's some justice in that after what he did to them. Maybe one day he'll realize it.
I should go.
You know where I'll be.
It seems Blackwall knows nothing about the disappearance. I am, however, glad. He seems to be a good man. As for the other wardens, I suppose we will have to keep looking.
Now leave.
Red Lyrium is nothing. The Red Templars still...
Strangest thing, when I reached down, my dagger was gone. Just gone. Know where I found it? In a barrel. The thing was...
Good day. Welcome back, Maker, I hope it...
What are you doing?
Listening.
Eyes rough, jangling armor hurts my ears, back aching. Wind cool like Aunt Eloise's pond, lips scalded as I sip. Tin jangle as the blood spills. Pierre's wrapped body on the wagon to the chantry. 5 more minutes. My fault.
Can you do something?
Yes. It's okay.
What? Who are...
They lie there, and sometimes they die. Just like...
I don't...
Wait. That didn't work. Let me try again. You'll forget me in a minute. You can't save...
What?
Like Pierre getting... You want... But there is no... It wasn't your... Better.
She doesn't blame herself any...
Not as much. It was bouncing around inside. Now it's open.
Well done.
Thank you for letting me help her. It's not how a person would do it. But it helped. That's what matters.
Someone left sliced plums on the windowsill again. The juice is attracting flies. There are spiders everywhere. The plums were right in front of me, but I can't quite recall who took them.
Hey you, I have an Inquisitor favor to ask. Just a little thing, really. A little march around for some of your people. It's nothing for you, right?
All right, let's see what you got.
Jump right in, huh? I like that. It's a Red Jenny thing. I got a tip that some noble stiffs are arguing over Vershel. Land squabble. They're getting little people beat up, so I need you to go to your big table and send some people to walk through town.
Just walk through.
Just walk through. Easy, right?
All right, Sarah. I'll have someone look into it.
It's fun, right? Being important without doing a thing. Well, not much of a thing. Not everything has to be torn skies and ancient arseholes. Every little thing makes a difference somewhere.
What can I do for you?
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
I'll ask around again tomorrow.
Well, fine.
It was an archdemon, they say.
It wasn't.
I've heard rumors of abandoned warden camp. If we have time, I'd like to take a look. See if there's anything we can...
Varric's friend Hawk said there were suspicions.
Corruption.
Corypheus.
That could very well explain why so many have disappeared.
Are you?
If I start hearing things, I promise you'll be the first to know.
Nothing, right? Our mounts have never had better.
Feels good to be back at work. Mountain air like this, not healthy for many animals. But I'll make do with your little...
How are your charges?
Surprisingly well. Not many could feed these people, let alone their mount.
Are your wife and daughter doing?
Elena's minding the farms. Sienna's still running her full rate. I miss them. But someone has to save the world.
Heard anything?
Too busy to hear things. And that's how I like it.
Farewell.
Make her be...
First, a full wheel of Antivan smoked cheese, and now 3 royals worth of crushed mint. They were right here. I remember seeing someone take them. I can't recall their face.
You get a title.
Fertile ground, even here. This hold has everything.
Inquisition. The Maker has put you on a difficult path. I pray you walk it safely. It may seem over... The Maker has... You have the faith. Now, was there anything else? Farewell. Your worship.
Inquisitor, I intend to carry on the work of my esteemed...
I look for...
And all the man... I'm here to...
Vivian.
My dear Inquisitor, whatever can I do for you?
I get the feeling there's something you'd like to say to me.
I'm sure I have no idea what you mean. Why in the world would I want to talk to you?
What exactly is this all about, Vivian?
I'll speak slowly for you, my dear. I know it's hard to follow. Setting malcontents loose among the population with no safeguards to stop them should they turn into abominations. Very wise. I rearranged some furniture. Lives are not thrown into jeopardy by this. Perhaps a little perspective is wanted here.
You can't make me angry with a few words and a silly prank.
I merely wanted to see what you'd do. You are the current leader of the Inquisition. It's good to know your limits. And now I do. Be a dear and run along now, Inquisitor. I have so much to attend to.
Inquisitor, Foundation. The staff must make it presentable if we're to
It certainly wouldn't do for the
We've only just now convinced. The mages are showing great trust in you. They need to feel...
After that battle with Carif?
I can't stop dwelling. Do you know who first leapt to arms? Our worker. Corypheus simply cut them down. So much screaming after that first blast of fire. So many people turned to ash.
I can't
A proper exam. Well, I will now bring diplomatic issues to your attention, and I'm more than happy to help with any situations that arise.
I'd be delighted if you could conjure up a marble
I'll attempt to add that.
Certainly spared no expense.
I've arranged an accord between the Marquis and the Dowager.
Wonder of wonders. Perhaps they can be useful to us after all.
To work?
Inquisitor.
Can you arrange what we discussed earlier, Ambassador?
I found the money. The Inquisition will compensate the families of those we lost at Haven.
Thank you.
Not so standard. That'll guide the dragon right.
It occurs to me...
What do you want?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
My clan never stayed in one place for long.
Oh? I didn't think your people roamed that far. I'm told some members of your clan might still be alive. Do you intend to go back?
I might.
It will not be the same once you do.
Do you have any...
Tell that demon. What does it call itself? He may not mean harm, but spirits are not creatures to take at face value. Be cautious with him and...
That's enough for now.
As you will.
Good to see you safe, Inquisitor. We've got trouble ahead.
I'm sure it's nothing the Inquisition can't handle.
Careful, Your Worship. That optimism...
Oh.
Crestwood was the site of a flood. It's not the only rift in the air. You'll have to fight through them to get to the cave where Sir Hawke's Grey Warden friend is hiding.
More walking corpse.
I nearly stepped on... Maybe someone in Crestwood can tell you how to get to... Good luck.
Avenue, sir.
What is...
You mean aside from wearing all your armor and wading in?
Thank you for your aid, Inquisitor.
What are you doing in Crestwood?
We heard he'd passed through here, but the villagers knew nothing. They have troubles enough.
What have you been told?
Warden Commander Clarell. I hope Sir Stroud. I trained under him for a time. He's a good man, I'm sure of that.
Will you stay?
My orders forbid it. If the Inquisition can help, I beg you to do what you can.
Farewell.
Farewell.
You sure we can't help the village?
None of those wardens mentioned a new leader. I don't think they're part of Corypheus's plot to seize the Order.
Right, because they would have said.
I hope Hawk's warden friend has answers for us. Undead, by the gates.
Let's lend a hand.
Thanks for your help, but I feel we haven't seen the end of these creatures.
The Inquisitor.
We are, right? We're not just gonna leave.
Darkspawn flooded it 10 years ago. Drain?
There's...
You'd have to evict the bandits in the old fort.
Trust me.
Then, this key... But, Inquisitor, I would not linger there.
Red Templars ahead.
They look serious.
Inquisitor.
Hawk's warden friend should be inside that cave.
Glad you made it. I just got here myself. My contact with the wardens should be at the back of the cave.
He's not the only warden around here. It's a good thing his friends didn't find him in Crestwood.
Yes, I saw them earlier. They've been told he's a traitor and ordered to capture or kill him. It's just us. I brought the Inquisitor.
My name is Stroud, and I'm at your service, Inquisitor.
Most of you wardens disappear. Then I run into a Darkspawn Magister named Corypheus. Do you think that one might have something to do with the other?
I fear it is so. When my friend Hawk slew Corypheus, Weishaupt was happy to put the matter to rest. But an archdemon can survive wounds that seem fatal, and I feared Corypheus might possess the same power. My investigation uncovered clues, but no proof. Then, not long after, every warden in Orlais began to hear the calling.
Maker, why didn't you tell me?
It was a Grey Warden matter. I was bound by an oath of secrecy.
You think Corypheus is using this calling to control the Grey Wardens?
Not precisely, your worship. The calling warns a Grey Warden that his time in this world grows short.
And every Grey Warden in Orlais is hearing that right now. They think they're dying.
Yes. Likely because of Corypheus. If the Wardens fall, who will stand against the next Blight? It is our greatest fear.
So Corypheus isn't controlling them. He's bluffing them with this calling. And they're falling for it.
So the Wardens think they're dying and have stopped thinking clearly. That won't go well.
We are the only ones who can slay archdemons. Without us, the next Blight will consume the world. Warden Commander Clarel spoke of a blood magic ritual to prevent future Blights before we all perished. When I protested the plan as madness, my own comrades turned on me. Grey Wardens are gathering here, in the western approach. It is an ancient Tevinter ritual tower. Meet me there, and we will find answers.
Let's go.
Nothing to report, sir.
I'm glad you made it, Inquisitor. I fear they've already started the ritual.
It has to be blood magic. I hope we can stop them before more people get hurt. You take point. I'll guard your backs.
Wait! No.
Warden Commander Clarel's orders were clear.
This is wrong!
Remember your oath. In war, victory. In peace, vigilance. In death...
I'm sorry.
Sacrifice. Good. Now bind it just as I showed you. Inquisitor!
You are no warden.
But you are. And you found the Inquisitor and came to stop me. Shall we see how that goes?
It looks like you've already done...
What, him? Oh, were you hoping to garner sympathy? Maybe make... Wardens? Hands down.
Corypheus has...
They did this to themselves. You see, the calling...
Even to Winter.
Yes, and since it was my master who put the calling, I went to Clarel full of sympathy. Raise a demon army, march into the deep roads, and kill the old gods before they wake.
Ah, I was wondering when the demon army would show up.
You knew about it, did you? Well, sadly for the Wardens, the binding ritual I taught their mages has a side effect. This was a test. Once the rest of the Wardens complete the ritual, the army will conquer Thedas.
You think you can stand against me with just demons and a Fade Rift? Did Corypheus not mention what I...
He did. The Elder One showed me how to deal with you. That mark, you stole that from my master. Kill them!
They refused to listen to reason.
Through their ritual, the mages are slaves to Corypheus.
Of course.
Human sacrifice.
The fearful and the foolish.
The Wardens were wrong, Hawk.
All blood mages do. Everyone has a story they tell themselves to justify bad decision. In the end, you are always alone with your actions.
I believe I know where the Warden... There's an abandoned Warden fortress that way. Adamant.
I guess they didn't want to summon a demon.
The Warden and I will scout out Adamant and confirm that the...
she knew the ways of nobler men, and she knew how to enrage them. She would always like to say, why change the past when you could own this day? Today she will fight to keep her way. She's a rogue and a thief, and she'll tempt your fate. She would always like to say, why change the past when you can own this day? Today she will fight to keep her way. A rogue and a thief, and she'll tempt your fate. Sarah was never quite the wealthiest girl. Some say she lives in a tavern, but she was so sharp and quick with a bow. Arrows strike like a dragon. Sarah was never quite the gentlest girl. Her eyes were sharp like a razor, but she knew the ways of commoner men, and she knew just how to use them. She would always like to say, why change the past when you can own this day? Today she will fight to keep her way. She's a rogue and a thief, and she'll tempt your fate. She would always like to say, why change the past when you can own this day?
How's it going?
Today she will fight to keep her way. She's a rogue and a thief, and she'll tempt your fate.
The funniest thing I've seen in years. That cat dancing around, hopping and pouncing like a fool.
So we're attacking wardens now. That's pissing great.
So,
What do you mean? To help people.
we both know that'd be easier to believe.
Not everything is... maybe that's it. There's all... But it's fuzzy. So I'm selfish. It's all for me. Count yourself lucky, I guess.
You apparently...
It's not mine, right? Everyone who wants to shove it to nobles who hide behind gold and silk. And hats, I guess.
Where are the people you...
If I knew, there wouldn't be much use. That sort of... Look, unless your baddies are rocks or trees, they have people they use. Yeah, I know. Wipers, right? You better believe the one with wipers deserve... Well, anyway. The little people will be there when you need them, in a million little ways. What? Anyway, it just worked. Mind you, you still have to be smart. Don't bet your life unless you're in... To be clear, I'm not into that.
Nope.
Doesn't have to. Take it or don't. Imagine you seem to find that satisfying, you know?
Are you just about pranks and revenge?
Well, it's a weave. I grease a ballroom, so a wyvern chasing Git has to hunt sprained. Strangely, handmade, his heirlooms pay off someone else. Maybe clean streets in Kirkwall, so pish, 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 a lot of people eventually get help or a laugh. Or maybe someone dead, if they deserve it.
I'm glad I met you before someone...
You're no hateful ass so far. I just... Anyway, assassins are bards' job. No fun, that lot. They might plonk a noble, right? Plus, I'm shy at singing.
Is Red Jenny real? Or was she...
Dunno.
Don't you care?
Not if it works. I mean, Red is scary because... blood. And Jenny is... Look. And besides, it's easy. Nobles want a bogeyman. Numbers, right? It don't have to be so complicated. That's why you be bad. You don't want to play, don't play. That's simple too. Well, it's all good.
Oh, you know. Roderick was sorry before he died.
Did he tell you...
Blood everywhere. Monster. The herald stands against it, and heads turn. Voices in the chantry. Years since I'd sung the song and felt it flowing through me. So long since I'd felt it. Falling, flying, He hates it all because of the darkness behind the door. Some doors should stay shut.
I've heard about some odd...
Yes. Maybe. What was it?
Can I assume you're...
They don't smell the same, raw.
Let's talk...
All right.
I'll talk to you.
How do you...
As leader of the Inquisition, when I joined the Inquisition, it's been months now, I've asked Cassandra to watch me. If my...
We must to seek out these old gods deliberately in some bizarre attempt to preempt the Blight.
Grey Wardens have always been dangerous.
Like a fair... Except if you don't... Those fools, forgive me. Greetings.
Anything interesting?
A letter regarding Felix. He went to the Magisterium, stood on the Senate floor and told them of you. No news on the reaction, but everyone back home is talking.
Was?
He's dead. The Blight caught up with him.
Are you all right? That doesn't mean you can't regret his death.
I know. Felix used to sneak me treats from the kitchens when I was working. Don't get into trouble on my behalf, I tell him. Tevinter could use more mages like him. Those who put the good of others above themselves.
Were the two of you...
Felix and I? No. I had no intention of abusing... Not that I've been proper my whole life, by any means. Even in illness, Felix was the best of us. With him around, you knew things could be better.
You make it sound like...
What a mad thing to say. Few people... Very well, a better person, clearly. Thankfully, Felix wasn't the only decent sort.
Greetings, Inquisitor. I should thank you. Yet you chose to make us equal partners. I was not expecting that.
You rebelled for a...
I knew you... I've been a... Odd where fate takes you, as you're no doubt well aware.
I trust
We're mostly relieved. And a lot...
I'll leave you to...
Oh, darling, you look terrible.
Is there anything I can do to help your efforts at restore...
After the circles fell, there lie 1,000... I've received news that some tomes have been...
I'll look at...
If you can take care... Greetings to you, Inquisitor. You'll find my skills are exceptional. I hope they prove useful.
You were made...
Yes, I am tranquil. It was necessary due to a willful... I remember that being a difficult time, but I cannot remember why. My skills are well used in my current position. Yes.
Your open support... Our agents will monitor. If the most opposed can be identified, we may still turn this to our advantage.
You're always looking for some...
It's what I'm... Regardless, I applaud you for the courage to stand up for the mages.
I'll leave you to...
My Lady Inquisitor, I have news regarding one of your...
Is that a note of distaste?
I admit it. I have been in contact with his family. House Pavas, out of Carenas. Are you familiar with them?
Familiar? We've never met, if that's what you're suggesting.
I'm suggesting nothing. I'm only curious whether you know of his... situation. The family sent a letter describing the estrangement from their son and pleading for my aid. They've asked to arrange a meeting quietly without telling him. They fear it's the only way he'll come. Since you seem to be on good terms with the young man, I'd hoped...
If you think I'm going to...
The family will send a retainer to meet the young man if he truly does not wish this reunion. I pray you change if there is any...
So I take it you're... Dalish? Is that the correct word here?
Yes.
We don't have Dalish, so I've never met one of your people before. I hope this won't be an issue between us. I am here to help you deal with the Venatori, after all.
And I appreciate your...
Excellent. Mutual appreciation is a grand way to begin.
Dorian, there's a letter you need...
A letter? Is it a naughty letter?
Not quite.
From my father. I see.
A meeting.
Show me this letter. I know my son? What my father knows of me would barely fill a thimble. This is so typical. I'm willing to bet this retainer is a henchman, hired to knock me on the head and drag me back to Tevinter.
That would be hard to do while I stood there.
He expects me to travel with Mother Giselle, although Maker knows why he'd think I would. Let's go. Let's meet this. If it's a trap, we escape. If it's not, I send the man back to my father with a message that he can stick his alarm in his wit's end.
Let's go meet them.
I wonder how much my father paid. We'll find...
Nothing to report, sir. Nothing to report, sir.
tell you.
We all did. No, they don't.
It's good to have just what I heard.
Let's look around.
The Inquisitor ended the war between the Mages and Templars. What do you think? This isn't going to go away if we don't talk about it, Mother. If I'm a mage, I have to...
I hear most of the apostates are dead or hiding. We should be getting more refugees soon.
Uh-oh. Nobody's here. This doesn't bode well.
Dorian.
Father. So the whole story about the family retainer was just, what? A smokescreen?
Then you were told. I apologize for the deception, Inquisitor. I never intended for you to be involved.
Of course not. Magister Parvus couldn't come to Skyhold and be seen with the dread Inquisitor. What would people think? What is this exactly, Father? Ambush? Kidnapping? Warm family reunion?
This is how it has always been.
I should leave you to work this out.
Oh, no, you don't. I want a witness. I want someone to hear the truth.
Dorian, there's no need to.
I prefer the company of men. My father disapproves.
Then walk away, Dorian. You already did that once, didn't you?
I agree, let's go.
Dorian, please. If you'll only listen to me.
Why? So you can spout more convenient lies? He taught me to hate blood magic. the resort of the weak mind. Those are his words. But what was the first thing you did when your precious heir refused to play pretend for the rest of his life? You tried to change me.
I only wanted what was best for you.
You wanted the best for you. Your fucking legacy. Anything for that.
Don't leave it like this, Dorian. You'll never forgive yourself.
Tell me why you came.
If I knew, I would drive you to the Inquisition.
You didn't. I joined the Inquisition because it's the right thing to do. Once, I had a father who would have known that.
Once, I had a son who trusted me. A trust I betrayed. I only wanted to talk to him, to hear his voice again, to ask him to forgive me.
He says we're alike. Too much pride. Once I would have been overjoyed to hear him say that. Now I'm not certain. I don't know if I can forgive him.
Are you all right?
No, not really. Thank you for bringing me out there. It wasn't what I expected, but it's something. Maker knows what you must think of me now, after that whole display.
I think you're very brave.
Brave?
It's not easy to abandon tradition and walk your own path.
At any rate, time to drink myself into a stupor. It's been that sort of day. Join me sometime, if you've a mind.
I don't know what you think you're doing.
I'm being clucked at by a hen, evidently.
Don't play the fool with me, young man.
If I wanted to play the fool, I could be rather more convincing, I assure you.
Your glib tongue does you no credit.
You'd be surprised at the credit my tongue gets me, Your Reverence.
Oh,
What's going on here?
It seems the revered mother is concerned about my
It is just concern.
You might need to spend...
This man is of Tevinter. His presence at your side. The rumors alone.
Oh. I'd like to hear what these rumors are, exactly. Repeat them.
I meant no disrespect. If you feel he is without ulterior motive...
Well, that's something.
This sort of thing
More than anyone tells.
Until someone...
There is that. She meant well, if that's of any concern. I should ask, do the rumors bother you?
Why should it bother me? Everyone's talking about the Inquisition.
That's good. Perhaps it's odd to say, but I have precious few friends. Don't speak. I detest... Allow me to say I'll stand beside you.